can do with the Liverpool should
Bournemouth.
win.
Liverpool, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I think
Bournemouth are at home.
easy win for Liverpool. I'm seeing another four goals for Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. No much to say. Maybe
As a person from a team that was almost beaten by Bournemouth, Ogopa Bournemouth.
But ilikuwa kickoff.
Yeah, no, it was not a kickoff. It was the 6 p.m. game.
but they scored so early in the game, and so
They also got a corner in the second half. They were able to defend us the whole of the first half.
you see the thing about the Premier League is when you give a team a chance to go ahead, they can get some sort of belief. They can try hold you as long as they can and derail the game and even try to waste. But if chances are, if Liverpool score an early goal, then chances are they would think that now this is the relegation and they have no much to play for, and you see. Okay.
I think this is the team they beat 9 in the first leg.
Yeah.
And they're facing a Liverpool that is rejuvenated. I am saying many goals, guys. Anyway, I think there's a game I want us to talk about.
Yeah. So this game, I want to say this. I don't know why you people just think Bournemouth will roll over. They fired Scott Parker, who was the coach when they conceded 9. Now this is a different coach, who I think Bournemouth have been doing decent since after the World Cup. I'm not really sure, but they've been getting points. Them and Nottingham Forest have been doing decent since after the World Cup. Liverpool have the higher chance of winning that game, but don't count out. I don't think there'll be too many goals. Don't count out Bournemouth. They might get a shock draw. Because this Liverpool are just too happy at the moment, and they will be thinking of Champions League in the midweek. So think about it. I think a Bournemouth draw.
Yeah, there's something I've been waiting so much to say. Remember in the previous episode, I told you guys, Potter will get that win that will keep him in the job. And I also predicted that he has a good chance of proving himself in the Champions League. And he got 2 wins back to back for Chelsea. Yeah. So I think we can say Potter now is kind of stable.
Will he make it 3?
He'll make it 3. He's winning against Leicester, even though they'll be playing away, right, at King Power Stadium. So I think my prediction there is a 2-0 win for Chelsea.
Yeah. So I would tell you that I think the win has little to do with Potter and more to do with the formation. Yeah. I mean, but Chelsea is tailor-made for back 3 and the 2 wing backs. Yeah,
like that's how.
that's how you look at Frank. Frank Lampard was trying to play the back 4. It didn't work. Conte came on with the back 3. Yeah, and when I think he was fired, then Frank came. Then Frank tried to play with the back 4, and he even signed the whole world.
After Conte, it was Sarri.
Yeah, it was Sarri. It didn't work, but I think he thrashed Arsenal with the back 4. But we at the Europa final with 4-0. Yeah, we bet Arsenal 4 goals in a final.
Focus, guys, focus.
But again, I think it was the era of Unai in Arsenal, and so it's just like the era of Potter at Chelsea. Yeah, but I think Chelsea has very talented wing backs, and so when you give them license to play and go forward, then you are creating more offensive problems to the opposition. And Chilwell and James, they're good at what they're doing, and our midfielders are not midfielders who are number 10s. Most of them are like sit back, let the other guys play. So, but I credit him for realizing that that's the only way he can play.
Okay, yeah, one I agree. Chelsea seems like a fullback team because the most attacking weapons are the fullback. James and Chilwell. I think he did not have his best game, but probably because he's still getting momentum and coming back from an injury. But I think James and Chilwell are their biggest offensive weapons. But now Chelsea got 2 wins in a row, and I also agree that I don't think it has anything to do with Potter, because to me, I think Potter's biggest problem is the fact that he's not able to create patterns for players to create chances with. Example, like even if you look at the BVB game and the weekend game, the chances you get, especially the BVB game, is when the opposition tries playing out from the back and your press is good. Actually, you have a very good press. I liked your press in the BVB game. So when the opposition tries playing out from the back and you get them, you create chances from that. When the opposition attack you, you get the ball, you have people like who make runs and you're able to create chances. But when the opposition sit deep, I have not seen Potter create chances. I've not seen Potter I put the teams or the players in a place where they can create those patterns of play that actually open up a team. He relies majorly on player brilliance, let me say, of either Sterling dribbling in the middle or Joao Felix or James cutting in and getting across and such of the things. And I think that will be his biggest undoing at Chelsea, because for a big club, most teams will sit back. Most small teams will sit back and let you have the ball. And at Brighton, they were considered a small club, so the teams will try and play them. But Chelsea teams will prefer sitting back, and I think that's part of the reason why his results have not been that good. He might still continue. The Leicester game, I think he will get. He might actually win, because Leicester are just pathetic at defending. They when they press high, they press really badly. When they play out from the back, they are not good enough, especially now with Tielemans, who does not seem to be fit at the moment. So they struggle to play out from the back, concede too many chances, don't have the goalkeeper to make those many saves. So you might actually get a result at Leicester, but I don't think you are good enough to do that over a long period of time. So the struggle continues for Chelsea.
You have more to add about your team?
Yeah, just a
Because
minute.
because I want to ask also, is Sterling your best player?
But our best player is Rhys James. Yeah, our best player is Rhys James. Because a fully fit Rhys James would cause that's right, would create more impact than Sterling. Sterling is, we can say, Sterling has pace, and the Premier League favors people who have more pace and more dribbling skills. But again, sometimes you could say that there are chances that he gets and he does not finish them. So, but Rhys James, give him one chance on the goal, he would score. He's very good at defending. He's very good at what he's doing on the right hand
He can
side.
hold the width for the right hand side all
Yeah.
by himself.
So I think it's our best, like he just said, our best players are the wing backs, Chilwell and James. I mean, it's
They
that
balance
simple.
the team
And probably Thiago Silva has been on good form. His experience comes in, but generally speaking, it's that.
Yes, I think what I'll say, just protect Potter at all costs. We want him to retain the job. And moving to the next game, I think Man City will be going to, is it Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace. A fixture that doesn't favor us at all. Actually, I didn't know until I scrolled in. So you're playing
It's
Palace.
like you playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah. And also, I thought we lost to them in the first leg, right?
I think it was a draw.
It was a draw. Can't remember. Yeah, but I'm seeing an arrow win, 1-0 or a 2-0 for City. I think Pep has also gotten his team.
Thrashed them.
We thrashed them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
nice,
don't know
nice,
where
nice.
yeah, you thrashed them. I think this is the league. I think you got a draw at Selhurst Park the last time you played.
I think that 4-0 should be a cup game. Might not be a league.
Game? It's the Premier
Oh,
League.
it's the Premier League.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but I remember this game we came back from 2-0. I can't remember.
Let me see. Yeah, you came back from 2-0
Yeah,
down.
we came down for 2-0
and you were at home.
Yeah. So Palace are a team that really they frustrate us.
Like to score
And they score goals of the season against Man City. But again, as I was saying, I think Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, that balance of our midfield is really coming through for us when we need goals, and especially when we realize that Haaland is not in a good position to get that final touch and score. So I think I'm happy with Man City at the moment. Our midfields are more creative. Pep is trying to balance, and I think we'll get a result.
Yeah, I actually did not realize they were going to go to Selhurst Park. So it's a spooky place for Manchester City there. I think there and the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is really tough for Manchester City. You'll also be having UCL in the midweek. So Pep might be tempted to try and rotate the squad and try and give some players minutes. So yeah, I think this game is going to be tough for you, and a draw A draw. Yeah, a draw. Say last pack. A draw for you.
Yeah, I just think the Haaland factor. This time round, Man City have Haaland, right? So I just think
They also
that
had a goal.
that gives them something to think about. Well, fine. I think this season is a good time to play Man City because Man City has not has they have like one pattern of play, unlike the other seasons, and so once you mark that pattern or you break it, then you make it very hard for them. And again, Pep does not seem to be decided on what his best 11 is. Sometimes he can play Mahrez, sometimes he drops KDB. So, but I don't really think that should be an issue. Honestly, they have the quality to get away with a win, but like you say, sometimes history plays a part in it, and so I would just say a draw is a fair result for this.
You have more to add, Ken?
Yeah, and let me just say this. First of all, I want to disperse the rumors that this is the best time to play Man City. At Man City are doing bad. I was checking the stats for Man City after 26 games. They have only had more points than they have had this season again in only one season, the Sané Sterling season. I think it was 17-18 or something. That's the only season they've had more points than they have currently since the Pep Guardiola era started. So the notion that Man City are doing badly, I don't know where it has come from. Man City are actually doing the way they have been doing. It's just that Arsenal have been better. Arsenal have just been dominant. It's just that's what it is. Maybe people are used to Man City winning maybe 14 games and then maybe in like 5 games they get one win and then people are like, oh, what is happening? And they usually do that. Actually, I think Man City, the start of the season, they like the first 5 games before they know what they're doing, they win like one and something, and then after that they go on a 14-game winning run, and then there December they do things, and then they realize they are not going to be in the Champions League, and then they go on a 15-game winning run or something similar. And I think that is why people are saying Man City are not the same. After 26 games for Man City, the number of points they have had this season after 26 games, they've only had more once this season. Once since Pep Guardiola came in the 17-18 season.
I also saw some other stats that you haven't won like 4 games at a
In
row.
a row
Yeah,
this
for this
season.
season, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
I think that stats applies to all games we've played across Champions League, in the cups. I don't think it's the Premier
I
League.
think it's the Premier
It's the Premier League
only.
alone.
Yeah, Premier League only.
I don't know. I just want a win for us so that we can keep piling pressure. I think we'll be playing before Arsenal. Yeah, we'll be playing on
Yeah, you'll be playing on Saturday.
on Saturday.
You'll be playing on Saturday.
Yeah, so a win for us puts pressure to Arsenal, who I want them to lose.
Then I think let's talk about the other Manchester team. Manchester United will be hosting Southampton. Yeah, will be hosting Southampton. Yeah, but all I'll say is Manchester United at home are a different beast. I think they've only lost once this season at home. Yeah, they've lost once. I don't think, once in the league and then twice the whole season. The Betis, the Europa game, the first game of the season, and I don't know who else beat them there. Don't know if it's Brentford. I think it's Brentford. I can't remember. Yeah, but they've lost twice at Old Trafford. So Southampton will have it tough because now Manchester United would like to show they're back and they are challenging on all 4 fronts. They are blah 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 blah. Manchester United blah blah blah. But anyway, what do I think? Manchester United have all the players, all the qualities, all the tactics to trouble Southampton. Southampton rely on creating a few chances and a bit of their player brilliance in word prowess and such, but is it enough to go past Manchester United? I don't think so. Easy win for Man United, probably 2-0. And yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
yeah, like you said, Manu beat Southampton 9-0 some time back. Yeah.
9.
Yeah, it was 9.
This season?
No, some time back.
Was it really 9?
It was 9-0 when Martial was
The
scoring.
season when Southampton are conceding too many goals.
Yeah, they I think there was a time they won 9-0.
Oh yeah, it was 9.
And probably also Leicester beat them, I think, around 9 goals as well.
Yeah, I think it was
So-
back-to-back.
So I think Rashford, it's his time to shine again. I'm not so sure whether they have a new coach, right?
Yeah, I think it was the assistant.
Yeah, and he plays, but now the good part of this is they're playing a more a very low block, more defensive, and I'm not so sure whether Manu can thrive for that. But I don't really think this is should be a big task for them. They should get it over the line. Though the thing is, we cannot also write them off, because are they fighting for relegation?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
actually number
yeah.
20. But I think Southampton just lack the player quality up front. They don't have enough outlets.
Yeah,
They
their scoring form is very low, actually.
Yeah, I think they won against Leicester. I watched that game, and the goal they scored was from some brilliant play in the halfway line when Leicester were pushing up, and the guy went through 1-on-1, but they did not create too many other chances. I do not feel they were good enough when they were trying to carry the ball or trying to play passes to open up the defense against Leicester. And yeah, they just won by luck. And then when defending, I don't know how they defend it, because Leicester were actually getting chances. It's just that they were unable to get the ball in the back of the net. And Man United are better at creating chances, and they have Bruno Fernandes and Rashford who can do something from nothing. Anthony, that left foot. So I don't see anywhere, any way that Southampton are getting even a point from here. Just not happening. Yeah. What else can you talk about?
I think Spurs.
Oh yeah, Spurs.
Yeah, apparently the Spurs both they have an issue with him. You saw Richarlison was saying he was in the Chelsea game and they won, and then he was in another match as well and they won, and now he was dropped in a Champions League game. Then he came crying. But guys, do you think Richarlison deserves to start? Let's say like Spurs should play with a front two.
No.
Okay, you'll have the chance.
I don't know. I think Richarlison is a good player. We saw him in Everton. In World Cup as well, but in World Cup I don't know. I think Brazil is just a different team.
Brazil, they create too many chances.
Yeah.
You just can't.
You have to shine. But again, remember him at Everton and how he used to play. Then I think Richarlison is a good striker and he deserves more play time in the Premier League. I think he chose the wrong team again. Competing a position with Harry Kane. Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. Okay. One, should they play front two? No way they should. One, Richarlison has a big mouth and he has a big play. He talks too much about having a good game with 0 goals, 0 assists since he came to Tottenham Hotspurs. He's been injured. He's been doing nonsense for them. He comes into the game and fights more than he plays. He just does nonsense in that pitch. So there is why should I, as a coach, put him in the team? Why? Because he says he had a good game. It's not about what you say. It's about how you see if you fit into the team. In the Champions League, they wanted to have that extra attacker who could run in behind. They wanted the Hurricane Son telepathy. It didn't work out. That does not mean Richarlison would have been better. Richarlison, when he came in, what did he do? Nothing. He did literally nothing. I can't count even one thing he did that helped the team. Nothing at all. So he has a big mouth, but very little that effort or anything that he does to help the team. Nottingham, tough team, but they will be going to Tottenham Hotspurs, and I don't think they will win. Nottingham are good, try tough, but Tottenham will be at home, and they have not won I think the last 2 games, so probably a win for them.
Yeah, I'm also saying Spurs are getting a win. Nottingham, they can try maybe get a goal, but Spurs will get
Not
the win.
enough.
Yeah.
That should suffice. Though I think I see a draw, because I think this is not a good time. This is a good time to play Spurs because the players are against the coach. Maybe they will try and sabotage. I don't know whether that will happen though. So
It's too late in the season, I think, to try and sabotage. I think people, when they sabotage, it's early in the season, not this late into the season. Because I think if you try to sabotage, do it like the way Chelsea were doing some time back when they wanted to get Mourinho out. They did not play 5 games and then they play 1 game so that they are not in the relegation. And then they win that team, they beat it badly, and then don't play until Mourinho was fired. But now when they try to do that, they might actually miss out on top 4. And I don't think any player wants to risk not playing in the Champions League. They will be better off trying to play until the end of the season and then sabotage and try to force the coach out once the season starts. I think that's better for them.
Somebody could argue that if they win their games, then Conte could be given a contract. So.
Yeah, but try for him next season, but not now. Now you fight him, but still miss out on top 4.
All right, all right. I think that is your opinion. Me, what I would say is, I'm not so sure whether they will do that, but because I think what they're trying to do, they want their former manager Pochettino as soon as possible, and probably they will. I think they are even having a conversation with the management, and probably they even contacted the manager for availability, and I think Pochettino is available for the job. So chances are, you might not even see Conte finishing the season, but who knows again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for Spurs, we've said enough. It's a double game week. Maybe we can just briefly give predictions. Brentford will play Everton in their first game week and also Southampton in their second game week. So for me, I think I'll give Brentford wins for both games.
The different Everton and
Everton and Southampton.
Yeah, actually, Brentford are a very good team. As a team, they seem to be well oiled, and the way they pull the results at Fulham, I think they're just gonna continue the same with Everton and Southampton.
Yeah.
Brentford good enough midfield. They fight. They find ways to win. Ivan Toney is just banging in the goals, and they have Wissam Buemo running the challenge. I think they're a very well trimmed, well drilled team, and they're decent enough. I think against Everton, it's going to be a tough game for them because even Everton under Sean Dyche, they are also a tough team to beat. They know how to defend deep, but then they're forced a little bit much to try and get goals because they need to win more games than lose. Because if it was early in the season, they can just defend and then hope for counters. But now they need to actually even attack because they're the ones who need wins more than Brentford do. So yeah, tough against Everton, but I think they have enough to get past Everton. Southampton don't have enough to cause any problems to Brentford. So easy win for both games and clean sheets in one at least.
Yeah. The other team that has double game week is Brighton. I think they'll play Leeds, I think, in the first game. And the second game they'll be playing I think PL is here. The second game they'll be playing Crystal Palace, yeah. So I think for me, the first game against Leeds, Brighton will win. Then a draw at Palace.
I just think the Leeds game is a draw, and the Palace game is a win
Win for Palace.
For Brighton. Yeah, that's my prediction.
It is okay. Brighton are playing better under De Zerbi than they were under Potter, and I think.
They should Potter usually goals.
Yeah, but yeah, under De Zerbi, I was watching the last game, and then they looked like they were pinned back, and then they just passed the ball, and then all of a sudden, Mitoma out, and then penalty, and then a little bit West Ham try kidogo. Brighton are there and they're scoring. I think De Zerbi is actually you should have gone for De Zerbi more than you should have gone for Potter, but you're lost. Anyway, Brighton man are just too good. I think they've won their last 4 or 5 games in a row or something. Man, I don't see how they will not win the games, but yeah, I think they'll come out with the win because man, Brighton are a good team. I envy them. Anything else?
I think Manuel, you can close for us.
Yeah, I think basically, as you guys have had, Brighton are a good team. They're gonna win because I think they have very good chemistry, and I think Disabri is. I think I read somewhere he makes strikers out of people. He makes people score goals, and that is a very good thing for a coach to inspire a team to yeah. So like the way we for you guys, thanks for watching this segment. For the Manchester United fans who did not get, we hope you guys are gonna bounce back. Yeah, and so
But I don't like seeing you cry.
try
a little.
and so guys, thanks till next time. I think we'll just say cheers.
Cheers, guys.